once again, and I'm Owen Shapiro at Kutztown University Radio. Staying golden. I'm always staying cinematic, but I'm staying golden. And I got some golden news for everyone right now at Kutztown University. The Odyssey has hit over $600 million at the box office. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is on track to become his most successful film in the history of all of his films. I mean, it's literally like it's over twice the amount of Dunkirk, you know, more than The Dark Knight Rises, which made $1 billion, more than Inception. I mean, this is the moment. This is the moment Lawrence of Arabia came out. This is the moment. And I'm here at Kutztown University Radio, and if you want to call in to take your opinions about the Odyssey, 610-683-4058. So anyone on the Kutztown Radio or Urshat podcast, 610-683-4058. You could call in to talk about the Odyssey, sports, whatever you want. So the Odyssey is a cinematic masterpiece. And why am I saying that? Earlier, we were talking about LeBron and the Sixers, right? And the legacy of, the king, right? And now we're talking about the legacy of the Odyssey. And Christopher Nolan adapting a story that's been around for over 3,000 years, over 3,000. And his, he is the auteur. He is like the Steven Spielberg of the 21st century. I think he's at the peak of his career right now. He's at the top of his career. And, there were a lot of doubts. I think people were a little bit put off by, the real this or that, but it came to be where it was legit. It was a legit film that really just makes a lot of sense. And, everything is backed up in the film. If you find this, you don't agree with that, it's backed up with other stuff. I mean, I'm saying right now, the structure of this film is amazing. I loved the editing and the cinematography. I loved how, like, the music, it feels so real. I have the Odysseus song on replay right now. I literally have it on replay. And honestly, too, it's like Odysseus himself, Matt Damon, is going to win an Oscar. I think it's very likely he's going to win the Oscar for Best Actor, his first Best Actor win. He won a screenplay award for, it wasn't for Saving Private Ryan. He was in that, but it was actually for Good Will Hunting. He was, him and Ben Affleck, former Batman, Batfleck. They were in Good Will Hunting together, and they wrote it, and they won an Oscar. And this might be Matt Damon's second Oscar. Ben Affleck won the Oscar for Best Picture. He did not get nominated for Director. That was kind of a shock at the time. But, he won the Best Picture Producer Award. And Matt Damon, it's very likely he's going to win his first Oscar for Best Actor. So that's going to be a shock. Not only, I also think that when it comes to Matt Damon and Christopher Nolan, they've become a new collaboration. He was in Interstellar. He was in Oppenheimer. That movie was amazing. I mean, the two greatest theater experiences I've had, The Odyssey and Oppenheimer. Those are the two greatest experiences. And this film, I mean, the rhythm is like you feel like you're nervous. You feel anxiety when, everything. There's a mix of war. There's a mix of horror. There's a mix of elements of character, internal feelings. I mean, it is Greek with a modern day element to it, which I really love. How does that rank to some of his other films? Some of Christopher Nolan's other films? I'd say one is The Odyssey. Number one is The Odyssey. The only one I haven't seen of his films is actually the one that he did with Al Pacino. Yeah, the one where he was in Alaska. What was that? That was oh man, it's off the top of my head, but that one I did not see that one because it's, let's be honest, it's really hard to find. So I'd say the best ones, I'd say obviously the Odyssey number one, Oppenheimer number two. I'd say the Dark Knight number three. I have I have Tenet number four, Following number five. Let's see. Let's go with, you know what? Should we do Dunkirk or Interstellar? No, let's do, oh, this one's tough. I think when it comes to Dunkirk, Interstellar, and Inception, they're all so similar. So rank the three. I would say Dunkirk, and then Inception, then Interstellar, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say that. Then I'd go with, I honestly, what were the other ones? I'd go with the Memento, then the Prestige. Then I'd say both Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises I have in last place, simply because it wasn't really his story. And I think while they're great movies, they're, in my opinion, the greatest trilogy ever made, the Dark Knight trilogy, the greatest trilogy ever made. But I do think that I do have the opinion that his original films like Tenet, I saw Tenet in theaters. The fact that you could not understand what's going on and still be interested in it and still think there's a story without even knowing what's going on, but you're still following the character without knowing the protagonist's name. It's just the protagonist. I find that incredibly appealing because you get to see it as the filmmaking and not as the story. I thought that was pretty amazing. Uh, I think honestly, I think The Prestige is his most rewatchable film, uh, and that's not even the top place for me. So, I mean, the Odyssey, I saw it in IMAX. I mean, when the boat was shaking, the whole, everything would just, the whole theater felt like they were shaking. Like there was, you felt it. It was amazing. When everything, anytime a sword was swiped, you could feel it. You could absolutely feel it. I mean, just a masterpiece, masterpiece. Everyone go see the Odyssey. I'm Owen Shapiro, staying golden, staying cinematic.